Hello there, the robot fighters here, but I want to tell you something that's very friendly, and it's for a subscriber. Johnny the Vintage Toy Collector, thank you for subscribing to my channel, and I want to tell you something that's really neat. And every toy, whenever it was made, there's some toys that when you put low batteries in them, they do something funny. And Thinkway Toys has made them do funny glitches. Like, for example, it's on try me mode, but it has low batteries in it, and as you can tell, they're kind of low, to be exact. But if you listen, I'm going to hold on to it. Usually when it drives, it does not die. But watch what happens when I hold it and I press it. You're going to notice the glitch it does, and I'll explain it to you. Here we go.
Coming through.
Exactly. When the batteries are low, not only a few toys from Thinkway Toys do this, but a few of them do.
Coming through.
Now, just to mention it, the older ones that Thinkway Toys has released the past couple of years, like You Command Buzz Lightyear, every item from Thinkway Toys that has been released since when I've seen them for the first time. I've never seen the Star Wars banks when I was born at Puerto Rico, but I know for a fact that I think they do have this glitch as well. But, speaking of which, the thing I like about these is the sound effects they do. So, yeah. This is an example. I know that You Command Wally, which is this guy right here, he gets, like, really low pitch when his batteries are low. This one, I don't know what he does. This one is from Mattel. This one, I know that it dies and it resets quickly when it's on low batteries. I don't know what this R2-D2 does. I know that Chewbacca, the Stormtrooper, they do reset. I don't know how the pitch changes on Stormtrooper, but I don't know. I don't know how Chewbacca's batteries die and how his response is, neither. But I also know for a fact that the Interaction Wally figure, which is this one, it actually resets. And it doesn't get low pitch comparison to the others. R2-D2 U Command. This one is the interactive robotic droid. But be aware that I actually named this one U Command. Now the reason why I called it U Command was because of the remote. Now let me show you what I mean about U Command. This is what Wally's remote looks like. This is a U Command remote. And if you look on the top, there's a bunch of buttons on a keypad, which means that you can press the program button, and you can do the voice, the cube, and all that. And he'll actually do that when you press start. And yeah, that's how a U Command works. And when I was saying, okay, this is the all-terrain armored transport. This is also a U Command. And it's made by Thinkway as well. Now, we know that R2-D2 is actually made by Thinkway Toys, the big one. And then for its price point, I don't know why they put it so expensive, but you know. If you listen, this is not a U Command remote. This is another Wally remote, but it's not actually U Command. That one is the Mattel version. Now, I'll explain to you why R2-D2, the interactive robotic droid, I call it a U Command. Give me a second. Let me put my phone down for a second. Let me see if I can find his remote. Give me a second. Okay. Let's let me clean. You know. Let me get that in a second. Let's let me get clean again. Oh boy. Here it is. It was right here and I didn't touch it, so here's the reason why I call it a U Command. This is the AT-AT one, which is around here, and the AT-AT I'm saying is the one right there. The one with the machine guns right there. And here's why I call this guy right here a U command. Now, I'll explain why I called it a U command, by the way. The reason why I call this one a U command is because not only he's the interactive robotic droid, but if you look on the front here, like right here, let me turn the camera. Right here is actually the whole keypad for the commands. And it has the program button and the stop and go button, which makes it like a U command, but it's actually the interactive robotic droid R2-D2. That's the main differences. That's why I call this one a U command. They say it's U command. I always say it's U command, but it's actually interactive robotic droid. So yeah, if you have any questions about the company Thinkway Toys and other random companies that I have with these figures, feel free to ask me. I'll be delighted to answer them. Oh yes, and just to be aware of this, the Walking Minions by Despicable Me 3, which are actually... Hold on a second, let me put my phone down for a second. Okay, put Stormtrooper back. There we go. Uh-oh, there we go. And here... Wait, here are the Minions. These are from... If you look... These are actually from Despicable Me 3. And Despicable Me 3, Thinkway Toys has released these. So let me get my phone to see it. These are the Minions that were released for Despicable Me 3. Stuart and Dave. These are actually the walking and talking ones. And believe it or not, test modes for animatronic figures like Darth Vader, Kylo Ren, and these, they have different test modes. My favorite test mode out of all is the Chinese test mode, and I'll show you why in a second. Darth Vader does it too, but I'll demonstrate it on Chewbacca. So, let me show you. If I hold this button... Oh, sorry about that. Hold on a second.
Speech off. Stop recording video. Zoom.
Oh, that's
Speech
good.
off.
Okay. So basically, if I hold the button on the Try Me feature, you hold it down, and then all of a sudden you hear this. Listen.
Code. Version.
That lets you know it's in the factory test mode, okay? And then you do other things besides that. Now, here's Wally, the U command Wally's test mode. And it's the same deal with the voice on this, but listen to how this one says their revision number. This is how you can tell it's a revision number. So I'm going to hold it down.
Version.
And every single... Some items from Thinkway Toys, not all of them, but some of them have a test mode where it'll actually speak Chinese, and it goes on from there for the test. So yeah, that's kind of like the whole process for a Thinkway item. That's how you can tell. When the batteries are low, it gets really strange. Like the audio sounds really weird. And for the test mode on Thinkway Toys, some of them will do those beeping sounds. Like for example, some of these will do this beep on the test. That sound. And when you stop the beeping, and some of them they do this. That sound. So that's how you can tell the differences between that. And also, just to mention this, those beeping sounds you heard are basically the same sound as they're the same sound as the stop and go button for U command series. Yeah. And that's how you can tell. The main one that's extremely different is Wally. So if you have any questions about Thinkway Toys or any of these animatronic figures I have, feel free to put it in the comments below. And yes, you may be wondering, what else am I adding to my animatronic figures lineup that I have on the wall? I'm actually adding all these. These are from Fisher-Price, the Bright Beats series. And then you may be asking me, why do I have a Beat Bow Junior, even though he's not animatronic? Well, I have him because he's from the same series, Bright Beats. And you may be asking, where am I going to actually place him even though he's not animatronic? Well, let me show you. This is the Rapid Fire Imperial armor, like the alternate armored transport, but the one with the cargo one. It's called AT-ACT. If you look right here in the middle, this is where I'm gonna put him. So you might be thinking, he's broken, he's destroyed. No, he's actually gonna be standing in this portion. So when I place him here, right there, look at him now. You can see he's right there, because if you put him on the floor, he will not match the whole display. But if I put him on top of here, then it looks nicer. So watch. Oh, I don't know if this actually does a trick when it's on low batteries. There we go. Listen. So yeah, I always like to aim him facing forwards like this, instead of backwards, because if you aim him backwards, he's like facing the wall. If you aim him this way, he's aiming in front of the rest of the figure. So I'm going to keep him in the on position for the whole time. Here we go. So if you have any questions about all of the animatronic figures I have, and some of their glitches on low batteries and some of my items, feel free to ask. And before you ask about the minions, no, they don't do this type of glitch. They just reset immediately. That's how you know that they're on low batteries. So I have to keep going. The only one I have to put batteries in are these two and him. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you have any questions, Johnny the Vintage Toy Collector, feel free to ask me anything about this topic. So yeah, hope you have a nice evening. And also, thank you for watching, and goodbye. See you guys later.